Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. While you're watching this episode, I am in Florida practicing for the first pro circuit event on the Harris chain. And so what I've done, and I'm not going to do it all week, but I've kind of gone back and looked at some videos that we did like 2 years ago. Some videos that really had some really important things to say, but because the number of subscribers that the channel had back then was a lot less, they didn't get seen by a lot of guys. And one of them had to do with throwing a jerkbait. And we're getting into springtime, and a jerkbait is going to be a very important bait to throw in the spring. But landing fish on a jerkbait is perilous, to be honest. We lose a lot of fish when they catch fish, they hook fish up, but there's a lot of times that you lose them as you're bringing them back to the boat. So I'm going to, when we come back, I'm going to show you a video that Megan and I did a couple of years ago about how to land those fish that you get hooked up on a jerkbait. Stick around, guys.
Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors. I'm Megan Fuller.
And I'm Mark Fisher. Welcome back, guys. We're going to be talking about jerkbait fishing today. We've talked about the fact that jerkbait fishing is a great thing to do in the fall. We're not going to be talking about how to throw jerkbait. We're not going to be talking about what jerkbait to throw. What we're going to be talking about is how to land more fish once you get hooked up on that jerkbait.
Hold on. I can tell you're excited, but really fast. I just want to remind people, please subscribe to our channel and make sure to push that like button and add your comments. We're getting more and more comments, and that's been really fun to see. Plus, then I get to like the comments, and that's my favorite part. So.
But right now, let's get back to throwing a jerkbait. Because Megan, when you get an initial bite on a jerkbait, that bait is jerking around in the water, and a fish will usually come up and hit it. A lot of times in the winter, it won't be a real aggressive type of strike. And they'll hit that bait and they'll get hooked. The problem with that is once it's hooked, and these hooks on a Megabass jerkbait are very sharp. You can see how I'm not putting any pressure and I'm already getting my thumb snagged on that hook.
Right.
Once they get hooked, now if they jump, they've got that entire bait to as they're thrashing around that bait, and that momentum of that bait is flopping around, it can very easily come out. And anglers lose a lot of fish when they're throwing a jerkbait. My suggestion is that the minute you get bit on a jerkbait, you do not fight the fish. You let that fish swim. And what I'm talking about is this. It's all in the drag. What you want to be doing, unlike other baits, when you're setting your drag tight so that when you set the hook, you're not pulling out drag. When you're throwing a jerkbait, I have my drag set very light. It's going to pull line out. I want it to pull line out. I want that fish to be able to hit that jerkbait and then take line away. So what's going to happen is that fish is going to hit that jerkbait, and then without me setting the hook, he's going to start to swim. And now I've got these two hooks that are able to get into the side of the fish, the gill area, the side of the fish. And what I've got now is the ability for more than one hook to get into the fish. Now I have a better opportunity to land that fish. Once that happens, once that fish is turned and I get those hooks in the side of the fish, now I have a better opportunity to work that fish back to the boat.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it was confusing initially because you're like, they're so sharp, but it's easy for the fish to get unhooked. And I'm like, how does that make sense? But the fact that the line is so slack,
look at what just,
does
yeah,
the work for you.
Right, and look what just happened. I now have this, just by laying there, I now have this hook hooked into my finger as well, and that's just laying there. When you have a fish that's moving around, yeah, okay, be gentle.
I saw an opportunity and
I took it. Right, okay. So that, guys, is the strategy that I suggest. Leave your drag set very loose. Let that fish play itself with a jerkbait. Get those additional hooks into the side of the fish before you start to maneuver that jerkbait fish back to the boat. Use those additional hooks and the sharpness of those additional hooks to your advantage, not the fish's advantage. I hope this tip helped you guys. Like I said before, I don't think a lot of guys fully understand how important it is to set that drag light on your jerkbait fishing. Try it, see if it doesn't help you actually get more fish to the boat the next time you're throwing a jerkbait. Hope it helped. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Stay channeled.